Yes, sure.
Okay.
We might already be live. Yay! And we are
Aloha.
on. Aloha, everyone. Thank you for coming back and joining us for our third week of our Cosmic Lives on Fridays, Friday Night Lives. We truly appreciate you being here. And Amber is going to start us off with Amber with Starr Council Legacy is going to start us off with a card pull for the collective energy while I get my screens all set up. Take it away, Amber.
Thanks. Aloha, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So I'm going to pull a few cards from the Lyran Oracle deck.
Beautiful.
If anybody wants to know. Been working with that deck lately. So the first card is 43 Wonder. Presence, well-being, gift of life. Being in the present moment. It's where it's at, guys.
Where it's at.
It's where it's at. All right. And then let's see if I can got 2 lines. All right. And then the next one is card 32, the spinning wheel. Frequency upgrades, new plan, adventure, spiritual achievement.
I'm sure this is going to mean something to someone who's about
This
to
could be
obey.
our themes for the day. Talk about the frequency upgrades, our new plans, what's everybody got going on right now. Curious to know. And then the last card is 11, Heart Center. Central Heart, partnership, soulmate, clarity, heart guides.
Beautiful.
All goes back to love and the heart space, get back into our heart center. So thanks for being here. Let's see, does anybody have any questions or want to talk about anything that's going on in their week this week?
So these lives are intended to answer your questions about topics that you're interested in, things that you're pondering. If you have a question that you would like answered intuitively, like a reading, we're here for it. We're good at it. And also, if you want a card pull, Amber can do those at the end for you. So she's got her decks locked and loaded, ready to go. So we were thinking of ideas to talk about until our friends pop in the chat here and ask questions. And a good one is, how do you stay positive when you're seeing so much negativity happen around you, or you have a day full of backwards misunderstandings? How do you stay above that? And for me, it's where you place your attention. So the moment I realize that things are starting to get to me and I feel like I'm complaining, or I'm I'm bringing up negative topics with my friends, I'll catch myself and then I will immediately place my attention on something in my environment or that I'm looking forward to, and that totally changes my mood. What about you, Amber?
Yeah. Going back to the breath and becoming aware of, what's going on. And as soon as we recognize that we're out of balance or the environment's energy is shifted, it's just best to always try and remember your awareness first, right? I know it's hard, but that's the first step, is just having awareness of that. And then, yes, how can you stay above it and not allow it to absorb it in your frequency and take it on? That's the hard part, right? So it just takes practice, but just, once you catch yourself, go back to your breath and go back to a neutral place and just before you respond or react, if you feel yourself getting like charged, let's say, then just kind of stop, have the awareness, walk away from the situation if you need to, go back to your breath, and then just, see if you need to actually have any kind of response or, um, we definitely are working on our reactions, right? And just trying to hold more compassion and remember that we're all just here as, fractals of God having different experiences, and to hold that compassion for everyone, and to try and remember that when we're in the moment, like, okay, they, the frequency, this is where they're at vibrationally with their thoughts or their situation. So we just don't take it on, just breathe, let it pass through us. And then, just really try to hold space for each other in these times, by just listening. And
Yeah.
maybe that's, maybe you can just listen if people are charged and they're having a moment, maybe just stop and don't respond or react, just, observe, be the
Yeah.
observer. Being the observer is really key too, right? And like going back to the heart space and going back to that observer, that I am presence within us, and just really, seeing what it wants us to do moving forward. If we can get into that habit, I think that's can be really helpful in calling in your highest, your highest guides and your highest self, or whatever it is that you believe.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
your Reiki, energy, whatever that you work with.
yeah. And it always goes back to you. You're always the answer. You're always the one that can fix it. Remembering that you don't have to attend every argument. You don't ever have to attend any argument you're invited to. It's a good rule not to. Even the most advanced, uh, healed person can. There's a trigger for everybody. I mean, we're here for the human experience. If you're kind of at the beginning of your journey here and you are working through your shadow stuff and your triggers and the things that get to you pretty easily, like when people when humans decide, I want to be better, I want to do better, I know that I have a tendency to lose my temper, I have a tendency to argue, I want to get rid of that. That's when you really pay attention to where you place your uh, awareness. So, are you watching the news? Are you spending time with people that complain a lot and joining in? Are you watching negative shows or listening to negative podcasts? Are you feeding? Like, what side of yourself are you feeding? And then when you start to pay attention to that and your self awareness grows, just know that the universe is going to send you practice situations. So the exact thing that you're working on will always show up. Like as soon as you speak it out to the universe that I want to level up, it's going to bring things in that give you the opportunity to test that and then overcome it. And if you remember that and you pay attention to that, you can laugh through it. And then you'll be in the habit of focusing on yourself, which is not selfish. It's not an ego thing. It is just working on yourself. So the more you work on yourself and pay less attention to those around you, and don't give your power away, and don't try to fix everyone else's problem, the further you and faster you're going to get along on your journey. And then I don't know. When people say I can't believe what's going on in the world, I sometimes have to remember that there's stuff going on that no, I can't remember if I don't know about it already. I'm unaware of so much that's going on at a greater level often because I don't watch the news. And it's not that I don't find things important, and it's not that I don't want to know what's happening. But I have learned that if I can't do something about it at this moment, worrying about something that's happening overseas, as terrible as it is, and I'm really sorry that it is, it's not affecting my life in front of me. I can't do anything about it from here. I can't stop what I'm doing and go over there. And I wouldn't be any help. So instead of allowing anxiety and sadness and pain to come in, um, and if I empathize with the situation, I just refocus on what I could be doing here to improve my life and the lives of those around me. Because at any moment in time, you can lean over and draw a circle around your feet. That's exactly where you're supposed to be, and that's where you're supposed to be doing your best. So, um, it's okay to not always be informed on every war that's happening and every crisis and government shutdown and all that other stuff. If it's affecting you directly, obviously get the good information and the right information. Don't get it from the news. Get it from real sources and do what you can to, fix your situation. But other than that, we're just supposed to be raising our vibration and frequency and being a satellite of love. Okay, so Sherry, hi, nice to see you, and thank you for showing up and hanging out with us. Um, she Amber cannot see the chat because we started in Zoom, so I read off all the chat. And Sherry says, "Have you noticed an increase in the visible energies where you live? If yes, in what ways?" I'm sure Amber has an
Yeah.
answer for that
Um,
in
so
Maui.
there's definitely like energetically over here in the Hawaiian Islands, there is the military leases up over here. And so in I think at the end of 2029 or something like that. And so the government's trying to renegotiate um, a deal with the military to stay here, and the natives are standing up for their land and saying enough is enough, and they want the land back to, go back to the people and to be able to create sovereignty. So it's been interesting feeling that and watching, like, and I see it all over, right? All the native cultures are standing up, and so I feel like there's an uprise in with the people, and everybody's finally starting to take that leap forward. And just it's all about connecting, like you said, Kim, connecting to ourselves and working on ourselves, and then being able to fill our cups up so that we can be of service to those around us and help them do the same if they're open to it. But it's really that's the best and only way that we can help is remember who and what we are, know that we're here for a reason, know that we're here, we all have a unique gift to share with the world, and just focus on whatever that is. You know what it is. And if you need help getting clear with your distortions, Kimberly and I have, we can help with that. But it's really just time now to really lead and stand up and do what's right. And I feel like the divine feminine is really rising up, and the masculine energy is having a really hard time these last few weeks, just with that ancestral trauma coming back up to the surface. And so it's up to us to hold space and be holding compassion for these times for each other. And we all go through it at different times, so not everybody luckily goes through it at the same time, but we're all being you know we're all choosing all these different things and these different realities, and it's really time to just all come together in unity, and remember that we are all the same. We're all the same fractal. We all come from the same source, and we're so much better together than separate. And we got to remember that the separation is just an illusion, and all that stuff is just trying to steal your energy. And it's so we just have to be very mindful of where we place our attention and our energy and what we give response and reaction to, and where we're using our energy in these times, because it's a very potent time, and we can do some very potent, amazing shifts right now, as long as we're using it with intention and for the greatest good of all.
Yeah, yeah, unity. And I think it's Sherry. If it, I don't think it's Cherry, it's Sherry, right? Yeah. Or Cherie. If you were meaning energy, visible energies in more of a literal sense, then I believe as we get closer to the veil is thinning, and I actually do believe that. I believe that it gets, for some reason, energetically, it gets thinner as we get closer to Halloween, and I don't think it's because of the Halloween holiday. It's something about this time of year. It might have something to do with the Taurid meteor showers, or something galactic. Uh, I have myself noticed that I see I don't typically see things in the physical. I do see orbs sometimes. Sherry, okay, it is Sherry. Okay, so I do see things sometimes in the physical, like orbs. Um, I have seen something run across my floor. I've heard things drop. Just in the last 2 weeks, I have lamps that have turned themselves off, and I would walk in and it would be off, and I realized that nobody turned it off, and the only way to turn it on or off is actually to push the pin. So I thought that was interesting. That it's just me and my son here. So that happened 3 times last week, and I have one lamp on my living room that keeps flashing on and off every once in a while. And it's on the same panel as another lamp, and that other lamp is fine and stationary and not flashing. So I've been seeing that. And then I've asked out loud, as soon as that starts to happen, I'll stop everything and I'll say, "Hey, hi, how are you?" Thanks for saying hi. I haven't quite figured out who it is, but it's friendly. And then, especially in the last 6 months, I have noticed movement on my peripheral. And I have taught myself that if I see something move, don't look at it right away. Try to stay in the flow and continue looking wherever I was and see if I can get a read on what I'm sensing in my peripheral vision. So if you meant uh visible energies in that way, there's some spooky stuff for you. Fun
How about
spooky stuff.
you, Sherry? What is Sherry noticing in her community? Anything going on there? And where are you actually?
Yeah, where are you? Hey,
Everybody where they're at, yeah, in the chat.
everyone, if you want to say hi, I can see there's quite a few people in the chat. If you want to say hi, and so we can say hello back, and also ask us things, ask us questions about anything. That's what we're here for. Free readings, card pulls we can do them at the end. Uh, anything, any of the clairs and intuition, we're here for it. Okay, so Sherry's working on telling us where she's at. Cool. Um, uh, oh, Sherry is in the outskirts of Atlanta. Very cool. I almost went there last year to see my friend Sage. Well, that's good that you're in the outskirts because I live downtown in San Diego, and it's a lot. The outskirts of anything busy is always better. Have you noticed any visible energies in your area, Sherry?
We're gonna
How's
go.
how's the volcano
She
near?
started going off again, and it was 1,300 feet this time. I think that was the highest yet, and they were coming out double the north and the south event at the same time
That's so cool.
two
That's
days
so
ago.
cool.
Yeah, on the first, actually, October 1st, she started off with the big old double
Like,
fountain.
happy fall, y'all.
Yeah.
Things are about to get real. Okay, so Sherry she's noticed a ramping up of sky lightwear, extremely noticeable outdoors. That's cool. Have you seen any ships recently or any activity in the sky? Amber, I know you all get a lot out there.
Yeah, I've, you know, there's tons of it out here every night, pretty much.
Um,
This seems to be getting more and more frequently.
Okay. Oh, hi everybody. I'm gonna read everyone's information here in a minute. I do not know the account name on YouTube, but I just recently found a man who records activity in the sky. He has what he refers to as a low light camera, I have seen UFO. I've been on the UFO tours in Sedona with Sheila with Best Tours of Sedona, Best UFO Tours of Sedona, and I've seen through government issued infrared goggles. But apparently you can also do this through a low light camera. Anyway, if anyone is interested in seeing this footage, it's amazing. Message me on Queen of Swords for Hire on Instagram or email me at queenofswordsforhire@gmail.com and I will send you the link to this footage because I think he's in Wisconsin and he just like parks his camera in a good place and there's so much activity. It's amazing. It's so beautiful and just so normal. It's really cool. So if anyone wants that, I will send you the link to that. Okay. So hey Sage. Sage says hello, beautiful souls. Um, okay. Oh, very cool. Okay. So I'm going to read everything and then I'm going to come back up to there is a good question here. Okay. So Sage says hello. Sherry says, but to be fair, I see a lot all the time and it's never been scary to me, which is awesome. Once you see it and you realize that, okay, for me, when as soon as I saw movement in the sky, like through the infrared glasses, it was paired with a feeling of like I remember I already knew what I was going to see. It wasn't eerie. It was very familiar. And I know I hadn't done this before in this lifetime, but it was like a missing component dropped in and I knew that it felt very familiar. So Sherry, I could see how once you get over initially seeing something, which it wasn't scary for me at all. But then continuing to see it, they're just letting you know that, they're there for you. Um, Phoenix Light says, "Hi everyone, I'm Heather and I just moved to East Tennessee last year. Very nice to have you here. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for joining us." And Zayan, oh, your mom.
Hey, mom.
Yeah, your mom's here. Okay. And she wants to know what we know about med beds. I have quite a bit of information that I will share. And then Sherry says, possibly seeing them around here for a while. Seems like USA craft. That's true. Our government has a lot of craft, especially the triangles. Um, Sparkling rainbow spheres don't convey well on camera with my phone. Yeah, it's really hard to catch anything on our phone. Although, if you set the intention that you want to record what you're seeing with your eyes, I do believe that you can get that onto your camera or your phone that way because it's what you believe, it's where you set your intention and belief. Okay, so med beds. I know that I know they have them in Sedona and they're already in use. Um, I know that the healing is so okay, I'll act as if some people in here might not know what med beds are. So med beds are an advanced technology that we've had for a very long time. Our government's been using it, military has been using it for a long time, where you lay down or sit down. I've seen a lot of what I've seen is you're sitting and you are exposed to healing lighting and sound and frequency. I personally have used a frequency box and it was called a biometis. I lost it on a road trip. I couldn't believe it. But and I would say that that's like a portable med bed and there are quite a few different companies that make these. There are these little boxes that have all of these pre-programmed frequencies in them and you can wear it on so you if like say you have a sore throat you find the uh I don't know what
Protocol,
the huh
like a protocol.
yeah, you find the protocol for sore throat and then you run it and it'll tell you like it might run for like an hour and a half. Well, if you go in deeper and look at it, what it's doing is it's running different things like the frequency for turmeric, because turmeric reduces swelling, and the frequency, because everything has a frequency, like that's measured by science. I'm not talking woo when I say that. So they have all these pre-programmed frequencies in there, and then when they're all running together over a period of time, they're targeting an area that just needs to be restored to balance, because that's all it is. Anytime we're sick, it's because we're out of balance. So if you can understand that, now put it on a grand scale and a med bed situation where they're using lights, sound, and frequency to adjust an imbalance in the body, they can restore you back to whole. I have heard people talk about actually seeing limbs be restored after being in war and things like that's. I haven't witnessed anything like that myself, but in my sessions with people, when they come to me for like an activation and a session, I have seen a ship environment, like a UFO environment, and I regularly have seen these. They kind of look like loungers. Like you could be sitting up with your legs comfortably resting, or it could go back. And I've seen lighting where you just go and sit down. There is a star called the Solaris, and it is known in the spiritual community as it's famous for having the Solaris Healing Center, and it emits a blue light, and other worldly beings, multidimensional beings, hybrids, and animals. And I believe us, when we're astral traveling, can go to the healing center and receive healing for all types of impurities and even emotional so if you have any interest in that as well, you can email me and I'll connect you with someone who speaks on that all the time. Her name's Dr. Gail. She's awesome, and I've learned a lot about the Solaris Healing Center through her. So um I can read a few more comments. Or Amber, did you want to share anything?
Oh no, that was good.
Okay, you picked one of my rabbit holes, so I was able to share a lot on that.
You got that
Okay.
one covered.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, everybody's just saying hi to each other. It's very nice. We have a very friendly chat going here right now. And would anyone like a reading on anything that's going on in their life right now, like something they've been working on, a choice they have to make? um, Sherry says the less fear one has, the more they will see, and I believe. Yeah, that's true. That's where you place your attention. Well, and also reviewing a situation. Um, my focus this year has been it's never the event, it's always how you move past it. So, like you said earlier, and you don't react, which means like don't emotionally react to something. If you can hold back and respond to it properly, you're already ahead of the game. And then as long as you don't drop into victim consciousness and don't allow an event to define you and you keep going, then you have bypassed the fear part of it too. And fear is an emotion designed specifically to keep us from opening up our magic.
Yes.
It's just a programmed weird glitch in the matrix thing that we can get rid of. I mean, there are things out there to be afraid of. I'm not saying we're immune to bad guys and ill intention, but um, you know, there's ways to avoid danger. And there's also ways to experience something that would seem very scary and be able to come out of it. By what I do is I just repeat over and over again, everything always works out. That has gotten me through a lot.
Yes.
uh Everybody's saying hi to each other.
No.
um
Thanks for being here, everybody. We
yeah.
appreciate you. I know you guys could be doing lots of other things, so
Yeah.
love you.
This is so fun. I'm we've been talking about doing lives, and I'm so grateful. Like I actually genuinely look forward to this all week.
Yes.
um it feels when you get that rush of endorphins when you think of something because you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is it.
Yeah.
And that's not coming from ego of wanting to be on camera. That's not what I'm what I'm getting to. I just like being part of like creating a tribe and having a collective and having a group of people that are like-minded and open-minded, and we're all here to expand our consciousness and self-awareness and heal, because as long as we're doing that, everyone around us is too. We are we are the brightest light in the room, and then you can share that easily with others. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, she says, simply says self shield and benevolent only, and that helps. I agree. And if you ever feel something weird, like sometimes as you're falling asleep or you wake up in the middle of the night and you just feel odd and you almost feel like a presence, and you're not quite sure if it's benevolent, I will always, if I feel something like negative, like something where I'm like, you do not belong here, I will say that out loud. Like, you're not invited. You are, nothing is allowed to scare me. Nothing is allowed to harm me. If you have any ill intention, you don't belong here, and leave.
Yeah, and to send it back to source light
Yeah.
consciousness.
Well, and that those situations, I firmly believe are set up to be distractions. Like if that happens in the middle of the night, you might have been out doing something really badass in the astral, and powerful and like good, and that there are some negative energies that just don't want you to get further, because the further you get along, the further you bring your tribe, and then they're losing people they can easily influence left and right. And so the further you get along in your progress and your ascension, and expanding your magic in your multi-sensory and multi-dimensional ways, some of that stuff is going to come up because haters going to hate. um
everybody's everybody's got their own experience, right? And we just have to we're learning how to navigate these bodies and this consciousness and
yeah.
just yeah, doing our best.
Yeah. Hey Shannon, I heard you were traveling.
Aloha, Shannon.
um we're not going to be able, it's my fault, we won't be able to do a live next Friday, but the following Friday, if you want to join us again, Shannon, that would be cool. Sherry says, I've been hitting the Team Light app, chakra frequencies pre-sleep. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an Android user. I don't have the app on my phone, but I downloaded it on my son's iPhone, but I forgot about it. Sorry, Riona and Shauna. But they they do have a really cool app. Okay, good. Thank you, Shannon. Okay, so we'll be tag teaming readings again in 2 weeks as well. That's awesome. Um, so does anybody have any cool, oh, does anyone have any questions about mushrooms? We can we can speak freely and then talk around certain things, but there are some magical things being grown in Maui.
Yeah, I think Dave's actually going to come on in a little bit too. So if we want, we can
Yes.
let
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, her beloved Jay is going to show up, and we, so if y'all have any questions about the mycelium network, Amber can answer some now, but just know that we will, that's going to be a focus probably maybe in about 30 minutes, if you have any Q&A about that. And if you um already know that you're interested, you can just reach out to Starr Council Legacy on Instagram, and they also have a website where you can email. So Phoenix Flight says they've been waiting for the Android version 2 from Team Light.
Same.
Yeah, yeah, Rion. I think it's more complicated. That's okay. I am a
He always got
die-hard
the,
Android
he
user.
always got the 963 frequencies and all those other frequencies that we can tap into.
Yeah.
There's some good ones on YouTube and Spotify, but
Yes.
definitely sound frequencies in the background all day, every day, if possible, just helps with all those chaotic frequencies that
Yes.
going on.
Yes. I go back and forth between 963 frequency and thunderstorms and ocean. Those are
Nice.
my those are my I immediately center.
Yeah.
Yes, microdosing does help. Phoenix Heather, and that is what Starr Council provides. So if anyone was looking, oh, sorry, is microdosing helpful? Yes, it is. Amber, take it away.
Yes. We have been working with the medicine for about 10 years now, and we were guided to it through our healing practice through Reiki. And so we've had no idea what to expect or how to really work with it, and had no experience, no guidance. And we just kind of started slowly microdosing with the medicine that we found in the field in Maui. And just kind of took it from there and experimented with it. And then we started realizing how much it helped. It helped me clear so much childhood traumas and just migraines. It's hard to even explain how many things that I was dealing with, because it's like hard to even go back to that person that I used to be. It's changed, helped me change my life so much. But yeah, it's helped with the subconscious programming, and just what it is here to do is it's here to help us, remind us of the divinity within us, and that we're all one, and that we, it's really here to connect us back to who and what we are, and remember that, like I said, that we're all connected, we're all one. And on microdosing, you can experience that. And we work with people if people do want journeys. We can even do it through Zoom. We do healing sessions and subconscious reprogramming even on microdoses. um, but yeah, it's kind of a process that we would work somebody up to if they actually did want to do a full journey. But right now we just specialize in um, working with people starting with microdosing, because these energies are really intense and it needs to be used with caution and intention, and with some guidance. So that's what we ended up specializing in. We come from a medical background. I did CAT scan and Jay was a nurse. And so through working with the medicine, I was able to get myself even out of that situation, out of the hospital, and see the truth of what really is in this reality, and just start following my intuitive guidance, and just following the inner knowings within me, that I, remember who and what I am. And so, yeah, it helps with migraines, depression, endometriosis. I actually healed my endometriosis through the work with the medicine.
And it gives you the desire to eat healthier.
Yeah,
Majorly,
it
like,
definitely, it will change your diet.
yeah,
Even just microdosing will change it'll help
yeah,
navigate you towards healthier choices of food,
like
friends.
with no effort.
It'll
Yeah,
help
with
you
no
get rid
effort.
of the toxicity in your life.
Hmm.
um, Whether it's food, whether it's whatever you're watching, who you're around, your environment. It'll really you'll start to awaken to like what really is, and have a lot more awareness. It brings that into the picture of being more connected to the divine, and so then you have more awareness of that higher frequency. So we are all channels. We can all say I channel this or that, or you have these channels, but in actuality, like, we're all literally like conduits of source, and we're channeling whatever it is that we're experiencing wherever we are, whatever we're creating, whatever we've chosen, whatever choices we made. And so the medicine really helps bring that awareness to the choices that we're making, and then helps us easily break habits. It helps with addiction. It helps with PTSD. Yeah, it actually helps with aging. Now they're finding out that it's actually helping cells live 50 times longer. So that was a new study that I heard. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, it helps reconnect the neural pathways in the brain that aren't actually firing. Um, so like the mycelial network in Earth, right? She's giving nutrients, she's giving water, she's giving all this information to the plants and the trees, and it's connected all throughout Earth. And so when you take that in and take it in ceremony with reverence and intention and prayer, you're working with the Divine Mother herself into that mycelial intelligence. So it's going to mirror that within you. So
It's very attainable. It's
it,
it's it's one of those things that's like you get guided to it, and it just takes so much of the harder work away. Not how am I trying to say that right? It's something that it's almost like an energy that steps in and assists you side by side. And now when the changes that you're trying to make and the healing that you're asking for and everything, it's so assisted. And it sounds like we're making it up, but it's not. It's not. Tyel, hello. My
aloha,
my
Kyle.
brother. Oh my God. When I saw you say hi, my entire body was like like the energy was so intense. I totally felt you. Hi, Barbara. Barbara
Aloha.
is our colloid I think I say it wrong. Colloid I say colloidal silver, but it's what's the other way?
Colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver. Okay. She is a alchemist and a maker of incredible colloidal silver in Texas. And I fortunately bought everything that she had when we were leaving Bastrop. So I actually still have some of hers. Shannon says, yes, I feel like it improves my total body functioning afterwards. It really does. It's like it's almost like when okay, so I know you know way more about this, but since I have used it myself, I want to share those parts. Um, when you go to the gym and you work out, everything you do there is very important, but everything that you do there actually happens afterwards, right? Am I saying that correctly? So like if you go and you pump iron to build muscle, that muscle actually gets set into motion, the building of it into motion afterwards. And that's kind of the same thing with the mushrooms. It's like you set this intention that I'm done with this. I want to change these ways. I want to be more positively. I want to attract positivity. I want to attract wisdom. I want to attract ways to get out of my own way. And it's like you make an agreement, and you take the mushrooms and it's like, I got you. You can go do your thing now, because as you're doing your thing, you're just going to be doing it in a better way. But it's like this other energy that's meeting you 100% and working with you. It's really cool. Okay.
It releases the ego to
Mm-hmm.
where it releases the resistance of the ego is putting on you. So then it's like now you get to be in flow. It puts you in a flow state, um, and it really just helps guide you and assist you, and it helps with creativity and focus. Yeah, it's just
Really helps you
I
with
could go on
creativity.
for hours about
Yeah.
how it can really help. Yeah,
And it's not scary. It microdosing you for if you do it slowly and carefully, you won't even feel altered. Like you can completely function.
it's like taking a supplement, like a vitamin. You can think
Mm-hmm.
of it as that, and then it's like you'll feel a little upkick in your
Mm-hmm.
energy, like your mood's elevated,
Mm-hmm.
and certain mushrooms can help give you more mana, natural mana, and it doesn't give you like the jitters like caffeine or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. But it is, you know, we like to set people up on protocols, and so it's that way you can use it with intention and do it over a certain amount of time, and then you can see the subtle effects over time. It's not something that happens instantly, but you can start to notice over time if you use it consistently for say like 6 weeks, and then you take a break and then you integrate what came through to you in those 6 weeks. And we don't recommend taking it daily either. It's not something that you have to take every day. It's you can take it one day and then take 2 days off and then take it again, and recommend taking it in the morning, just a very small amount, And so then it's very subtle, and yeah, you don't get any psychedelic effects. You won't get high or anything like that. So it's not anything, like she said, to be fearful of in that sense. You don't have to worry about tripping, or depending on, how much you take and if you do it correctly,
Yeah.
of
I mean, you
course.
can.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't have fun, but well, and also the nicest one of the nicest parts of the way you run your business is anyone here interested that in the live or that watches the replay, if you want more information, contact Amber and they will call you, or you can set up a Zoom and they're going to guide you. And both Amber and Jay are the nicest, um, full of wisdom, that you both full of wisdom and information, and there's no pressure. Like you're not going to try to talk anybody into anything or tell them that, oh, you have to do this and then you have to continue. No, like it's such a, synergy and flow, and I know you wouldn't have it any other way. So there's no pressure if you just have questions, and then when you start and if you're ready, your journey is yours. Like they're not going to get anything out of it except helping you. I mean, yes, there's a financial exchange in order for them to keep making the product, but other than that, like you actually have somebody here to answer your questions and to understand what you're doing. And you're not just walking into a store and buying some gummies. Like this is, they have dedicated themselves to help you get to the highest point on your timeline, your best version. Okay. Your mommy says hyper focus, so grateful it changed your life and she's so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
And Sherry, says, colloidal silver gel. Yes. I'm still amazed that it is not the first thing that every doctor or dentist tells you to use. Colloidal silver is, for me, is run I run my life on that. Like every morning I put it in my eyes for eye drops. I spray it up my nose to clear my sinuses, and after I brush my teeth I like to spray it in my mouth because I feel like it's probably travels it faster through my gums, and we don't get sick. Like something crazy could be going around. I did have a slight cough last week, but it barely lasted one day, and all my friends around me were tanking, like really getting it. And it's like this, um warrior, that helps you, physically helps you. Like colloidal silver is all like mushrooms are
Ally.
a miracle.
All these plant allies and minerals, and
Yeah.
we have all these resources that we can use instead of going to the pharmacy.
Well, and both mushrooms and the silver are, defense mechanisms that are so simple and easy and really affordable. And if you incorporate that into your daily life, then all the other stuff isn't going to, if you do get sick, it's going to be much easier to overcome it. And also, do you just increase the silver, and that helps too. But it's Western medicine just gives you all the ways to get sick with fast food and chemicals and toxins and negativity. And then once you're sick, it just gives you medication of big pharma and tells you that's the way to take care of it and masks it. It doesn't fix it at all. So instead of just going through all of that and letting it happen to you, if you just take microdose and take silver, like nothing's gonna, very little is going to stop you from growth. Oh, you're welcome. Barbara says thanks for the plug. I do literally use her stuff every day for multiple reasons in multiple ways. Like if I have an abrasion, if anything happens, my first instinct is just to use silver. Sore throat, if you spray silver, it immediately takes the pain away. Maybe not a really intense sore throat, like a really bad one, but it immediately, um, the moment my throat is scratchy, all I do is spray silver and the pain is gone. So that's how easy and powerful it
Yeah, it's really
is.
good to use if you're going to travel. Put it in your nose and stuff when you get in the airplane.
Yes. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Barbara says absolutely both earth elements as well. Yeah, the mushrooms and the silver. Well, they're
And magnesium. Magnesium is really
mhm.
important for all of us to remember. And magnesium oil spray.
I made it and I've been using it. Yeah, Amber and Jay turned me on to that, getting in the ancient minerals, just ordering the ancient mineral salt and then putting it, boiling some water and adding it, and then I added some essential oil so it smells really good. And on the bag it says to use after you've exercised. And sorry, do you want to share more information on that?
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, no, I mean you're
Yeah, no, I was just saying that it's the one that, the number one mineral that everybody's depleted in. So and it helps calm your nervous system. It helps with sleep, restless leg syndrome. Um, yeah, just all kinds of things, anxiety, stress.
yeah, yes. I'm gonna answer something here for a second in a second. The I did not know until our conversation about 2 months ago that you could. I've heard you refer to magnesium spray, but I didn't realize until I did a little research too after talking to you that we absorb it better through the skin.
Yes, that's
I
the
didn't know
point.
that.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the thigh area,
Hmm.
put it in your solar plexus, your kidney area.
Yeah. And then we're talking about a $12 bag of ancient mineral salts on Amazon, by the way, everyone. Um, Okay, she answered. So Sherry was wondering if Barbara was our Barbara from Enlighten Media in Sedona, and no, it's Barbara who was in Bastrop. Sherry, were you in Bastrop with us? Um, okay, they're handling it. So Sherry, if you were in Bastrop, Barbara was set up in the vendor room. Let's see what else. Yeah, I guess we're going through the ways to keep you feeling fantastic. So mushrooms, silver, ancient minerals. Um, I'm a big fan of oil of oregano and black seed oil. I've been making one hell of a concoction, and because I was doing it throughout the day, combining things, and finally I'm like, you know what? Just put this all in a pitcher. I Yeah, and so I ordered this little top for a mason jar top where you can to juice a lemon, and I it sounds nuts, but it actually tastes really good once I get everything in there. So I juice a lemon. I add like three full squirts of oil of oregano, a healthy amount of black seed oil, 4 capfuls of apple cider vinegar, and then I get these little turmeric ginger pineapple shots. I throw one of those in there, and then I pour a bottle of kombucha in there, a ginger lemon kombucha, and it's intense. But that little kit that I bought with the juicer actually came with a pour spout. So I just shake it up and I take like 4 or 5 sips of that before I eat. Completely helps with digestion. We're a vegan household over here, and we eat a lot of fiber, and so it's really easy. Our food just makes us bloat. Like there's no way to avoid it. And so that doing that, not only do I get an instant rush of euphoria, it helps digestion, it helps everything. Like that is such a huge shot of vitamin C, and it just makes everything run really smoothly. So if anybody wants that weird combination, I can I can send it to you. But it's very affordable, and it has alleviated digestion issues, bloating, um, and again, I do get a rush of euphoria every time I do it. So it's kind of fun. I actually look forward to it. It's rough to drink apple cider vinegar. It's really good for you, and so um, that's why I started adding the kombucha and the turmeric shot. The other thing is the Shilajit.
Yes.
That
She,
stuff
yeah,
is
amazing.
a hard a hard pill to swallow, man, and it is so good for. I do that every morning now. And so the concoction that I just talked about, I put the Shilajit in hot water, just like the smallest amount, and then I pour a bunch of that vitamin C concoction on top, and then I don't, and then it doesn't taste so intense. and that's really good. And do you want to share with everyone why Shilajit is so good for you?
Oh, I was gonna say you're actually supposed to take it on an empty stomach without anything,
Oh,
but
mm,
it has I think like 98 minerals that we require, and it comes from I think the Himalayas, and it's like a tarry substance, but it's got like ancient minerals and just from all the rocks and the plants, and it's all just decomposed like an oil, and so it's super good for our hormones, good for all men and women's hormones, good for energy, um, really helps replenish all of the minerals in our body, like sea moss, kind of similar to the sea moss, the gel, sea moss gel. That's really good too. That's got
yeah.
a lot of the main minerals in it.
I used to.
Hydrate with your lemon water with a little bit of pinch of salt in there, and
Mhm.
don't forget that every day. Help keep you grounded and connected.
Yes. Yeah, you can add cinnamon and cayenne pepper to the lemon water, and that combo right there actually the cinnamon takes calms the cayenne, the heat of the cayenne pepper down. It tastes really good. It tastes like like if you buy find some bee safe honey, and which means that the bees are not victimized when in the process of it. So typically local beekeepers who genuinely care about their bees treat them with kindness because everything that you ingest matters. So if you do lemon, fresh lemon, honey, so a pinch of Celtic salt is the best, sea salt or Celtic salt, then just sprinkle a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of cinnamon. It is a phenomenal lemonade. I'm not just saying that. I truly mean that.
Spicy lemonade. It's like Gatorade kind of, right? Without the when you and then when you add the cinnamon and the cayenne, it turns into third eye activation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cinnamon's incredibly good for you, and so is cayenne. Cayenne's really good for your blood. Yeah,
Yeah.
we always talk about food nutrition, and so it's easy for us to keep going. But anyone in the chat, could we please answer some of your greatest questions intuitively? You got two psychics here.
Or what's everybody up to?
Yeah,
How's the temperature in your areas? What's going on?
yeah, yeah. Free readings. Who wants one? Let's see. Oh, I mentioned it last week, but if anyone's looking for a really good book, I am enjoying this so much. I only get to read a few chapters a day and they're really short. It's such an easy read, but it's How to Fly a Spaceship by Gail McLeod. And her channel on YouTube is Dr. Gail Skywalking with Moon. Moon was her dog. And it's such a fun channel. She goes live with her friends like this, and she wrote a book, and the book is so cool. Sherry, I think you would actually really like this book. It's her experiences with contact and going on ship and learning how to fly a ship and um, interacting with a ton of different alien species. And it's funny and it's just a really fun read. Okay. Sherry says, one day I will have the sensational experience of meeting y'all in person. I've been around since Team Late activation videos from Peru and Mount Hood. That's awesome. Um, us divine feminines united is is powerful. I agree.
Yes, girl. Go.
I agree. Yeah, Sherry, look it up. It's How to Fly a Spaceship, and it's Gail McLeod, and I think that's McLeod. Yeah. Okay. So we have a question from Barbara, and then we have a comment from Shannon. Shannon says, "Love those." Oh, okay. So we have two questions here. So the first question is Barbara wants to know, and I'm going to let you take this one, Amber. What are you getting regarding Three Eye Atlas?
Well, I know I think today or tomorrow it's supposed to be closest to Mars. So, and there's supposed to be some new pictures coming out from the Mars telescope. But We shall see. I don't know. It's hard to decipher what that whole scenario is. I have
It's trending.
I know, I know. Now it's like now it's turning into like almost like a Project Blue Beam thing. You know, they said that there's like 4,000 other smaller craft around it now. Something posted that. I was just like, so it's kind of it's interesting. I'm just kind of observing the whole thing. But I do, you know, my one side of me wants to be like, oh yeah, it's it's our galactic brothers and sisters here to help us, not help us, but answering our call and showing their support since since we've been doing all this hard work down here, no.
Yeah. I just keep going back to why is it a letting us see it? It's present. It has let us know that it is there. It is not hiding. It's benevolent. It's not like I'm sure there are beings and hybrids that truly know what's going on with it, but the people that I trust the most that I listen to don't seem to have had any like confirmation of what it's
Or what its
doing or
purpose is.
so I think it's allowing us to get used to it and it'll be yet to be revealed.
I think that I feel that whatever it is, whatever's going on, is here to help us in the divine feminine reclaim our power and for us to reclaim the divine blueprint. Like that's what time we're in, and I don't know if it has to do with that or what, but that's kind of like the energy that I'm feeling, and it's here to create a energetic vibrational shift regardless, right? If everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. So um it's definitely can it's who knows, it can be whatever we all want it to be. What do we want it to be, guys? We're the ones in control of reality, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
It would sure be nice if it was helping assist and bring us into the newest version of humanity with a healing and longer lives and connecting to our highest timeline and remembering who we are and awakening our senses. Like it might
that's
be.
that's what feels best, right? And
Yeah,
let's go
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Shannon says, weird one. My adopted son's biological father is passing. Okay, so her adopted son's biological father is passing. He was abusive to her son when he was a preteen and early teen. He ended contact when her adopted son was about 13 or 14, and then he went and saw him in the hospital. Okay, so Shannon's saying that her and her husband John adopted him and he is wonderful. The visit went well, but are you getting anything on this? I'm going to read one more thing. Okay. The father is in between and not likely to make it through the night. Marcus just got home and I am too close with too many emotions to trust myself on this one. Okay.
What
Um,
was the question?
so her question is, are we her okay, so Marcus, her adopted son, went he hasn't had contact with him for years, but he did go to see him in the hospital. He's mostly passing tonight. Are we getting anything on this? I just saw the Pisces symbol, like fish. I don't, maybe her, the dad or Marcus is a Pisces. Um, but that also denotes the end of a cycle because Pisces is the last sign in the astrological wheel, the most evolved, the most self-aware, um, the highest level of awareness. So very often I'll see a symbol and it immediately takes me somewhere else, but it needs to get me there to start. So I am seeing that the we can call it karma, um, the karma between them. is in its ending cycle. So the tension and the lessons that like your worst enemies here, your worst abusers, your meanest engagements are your hardest and best teachers. And they chose to really work through a lot of nasty negativity where unfortunately your son had to go through abandonment, not having his needs met, physical and verbal abuse. That's that's going to help him in about somewhere by the time he's 23, he's probably really going to use that, his empathy and his compassion, to work with others who have gone through that. Maybe not specifically teenagers, but like adults. I could see him being a really good person to, he's a good listener, and he would be a good person to help adults, especially like I'm getting military, like men, militant type men that don't always talk about their emotions. He would be a good person to drop into a support group because men will start to open up around him in a way that guys can't always do with each other. Um, but the passing today is also going, it, I think he might be here for another 48 hours. Um, when when he moves on, that is going to provide your son with a huge release and relief, because this this person that has been responsible for him going through so much trauma is gone. Okay, that's obvious. But also he never has to place his attention there anymore. He doesn't have to wonder how he's doing. He doesn't have to wonder if he's going to change. He doesn't have to wonder what he thinks. He is going to experience a relief through this loss that is going to let him grow in a much more accelerated way away from this. And because of you two, he's not going to define himself by this relationship anymore, because he's already attracted you two as a couple who are so understanding and loving and kind, and he already feels like he belongs somewhere. So you already replaced that abandonment um, in a very healthy way. And but now his growth is going to be accelerated because he is going to let go of something that he didn't realize was still really hanging on, because just because he existed. Like, so that's going to help. That's going to help out. And then, but something about like when he, I don't, how old is he, Shannon? Oh, Josh is a Pisces. Damn, I'm on it today. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, John is your husband's a Pisces, Shannon? Um, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forget that you can't see this, Amber. Okay. So, um, Shannon says anything on the father and Marcus, etc. Okay, so John is a Pisces. Okay, so Shannon says absolutely 100% spot on. Part of his separation from his biological family members was due to Marcus seeking help through therapy, and they shamed him for it. Oh, and he's 26. Okay. Um, and John, your husband is a Pisces, Shannon. He's a really good masculine energy to have in his life, because he is much more in touch with his emotions, and that's really important for Marcus to be in touch with his. It's important for all men to be in touch with theirs, but it's usually very difficult and uncomfortable because we've been programmed here that you're not supposed to express yourself and let things hurt you or share that. Also, we always have to remember that anger masks fear. So anytime you're angry about anything, you're masking fear, and it's especially prevalent in men. Um, Sorry, Amber, did you want to share anything
The,
after?
the first thing that came to me was forgiveness, and that it was important for him to go and see him, and that um it all goes back to ancestral traumas for everything in the way that we've all responded and reacted in the past, and it's important for your son and for the father to have that forgiveness, and just understanding from a higher perspective. And I think that it was important for him to go there, and it'll help, like you said, Kimberly, and allow healing now to happen.
Yeah. Well, and Shannon says that John, her husband, and Marcus, her son, have the same personality archetype. And we always say that if we had a child together, it would be Marcus anyway.
So,
Hey, we choose our family 100%. We choose our family. And especially when we're following our highest light, we choose really well. And the the troubles with our family members, like the trauma and the abuse or the neglect, all the negatives, um, those happen with family members because we chose well to learn those lessons and get through them, even if they felt horrific at the time. We come out stronger, from those. Um, but here, yeah, what happened when he was 23 though? 23 keeps coming up, and if he's 26, then obviously it's something that
and the
doesn't happen.
father, if he's passing because he has cancer or some kind of heart condition or something, that's probably because he was
Yeah,
had a hard time finding that forgiveness within himself and that understanding. And but they all want it, we all want it, right? We all really know, it's just we just don't have the tools and the awareness and the
yeah,
wisdom. It's there, it's within us, but and a lot of times we have to be awakened through trauma, and
yes,
for us to see the truth. And we have to remember to give thanks to our parents, even though they may have caused crazy experiences and affected us in certain ways unconsciously, right? It's like they were doing the best that they could in the moment with what they had, and it's like we
mm,
can't we
yes,
can't judge people for that, and we just have to find the healing within ourselves. Once we get to that, then we can understand, like, oh, and it's all for us, though, remember.
mhm,
And we have to thank our ancestors for going through all the trauma that they went through and everything that they had to experience in order to give that trauma onto us, so that we could be the ones that are going to be the ones that break that cycle. We're
mhm,
the ones here to make the change, create the new world. And that we had to go through our ancestrals, our DNA is our ancestors, right? We are our mom and our dad and our sisters and brothers and grandparents. And it's and so we're carrying that lineage on right now. And so they went through all that so that we could be here to stand and take our power back, and knowing who we are and that we do hold the power within us all, right? And
absolutely.
together we are so much stronger, and there's nothing that can you know come there's really nothing that can mess with us if we stand together, literally. Like,
No, that's yes. One of my
it's just
favorite sayings is we are here to overcome what our parents could not. And you are so right when it comes like when we think of ancestors, we always think way way back, or we think like, oh, like that's why our hair is a certain color, eyes or whatever. But what Amber was just talking about is our ancestors to this day still influence us, because if you just go 2 generations back, I remember hearing Rayon explain it kind of like this, that like after the war and there was a depression, so a father would come home and a father would go to work, he'd come home in the evening, and you would always hear like, don't the mom would tell the kids, don't bother your father, he's had a really hard day, he would be dealing with something at work that would make him angry, but he had to be polite. He just came back from war, so he's shoving down all of these horrific things that he witnessed and all these really painful things that you mask with anger. They get, he'll get home, maybe he'll have a drink that's either going to take the edge off or it's going to make him really mean. In the meantime, the mom has been running the whole family and taking care of everything while the father was at war. So she stepped up and did her job, and now he comes back and takes that authority and all those good decisions that she's made away from her because he has to assert himself because that's how he's programmed. And then the kids are witnessing all this. So those kids are your parents or maybe your grandparents, depending on your age. So then they grow up being afraid, those kids grow up being afraid to speak their truth, being told that they're not supposed to be heard, being told that anything about them that makes them unique or creative is wrong because it's a distraction and you're just supposed to be quiet. And then they witness physical abuse, emotional abuse, violence, alcohol, and it's all because of what their parents who did love them and care about them, but it's what they were going through and they didn't have the tools to deal with it because their grandparents went through worse shit. They didn't have the tools to deal with it, and then it just keeps coming down the family line. But today we are awake and we are aware of that and we are breaking cycles and we are stopping and deciding that we are here to overcome what our parents and grandparents and great grandparents could not, because we are self-aware now and we're able to express ourselves and we know what self-care is and we know how to take care of our bodies and we know how to communicate well with each other, and um, we know who to talk to when we know who we're attracted to when we really need to solve things, and so it's a lot of work right now, but it's never in humanity's existence as human beings, this is the most important time in the and we because we have the tools for the first time ever, we have the tools to do this. uh, uh,
That's what we're here to share with, and be of service to help get that knowledge out there, wisdom, and just, it's real simple,
yes.
yet it's not.
So Sherry says, by the way, love you, Amber. First time I watched y'all, I saw that you have a very elder like energy.
Oh, thanks, Sherry. Love you.
And she said living elders are still elders too, which is awesome. And put three little fishies up there.
I'm
And
a Pisces too.
yeah, and yes, yes. And yeah, and Amber is really good at reminding you how to always, everything can always be answered and solved through love.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's only one answer, love. But
yeah,
what that means is, that's the tricky part.
yeah. Shannon says, okay, so back to Shannon's situation. Patrick's his brother Patrick. My oh my oh okay, okay. So your son, your biological son, Patrick, his birthday is 2-3 or he is 23. And that's how we got Marcus. He was Patrick's friend in school. Okay.
No.
Sherry says we live in an unprecedented reality for sure, and she's a Scorpio, another water sign.
Well, thanks, Shannon, for taking care of him and taking on that role, little angel.
Yeah. Okay, so if your son's 23, huh? I wonder, yeah, 23 just kept coming up, but I wasn't, it was one of those things where it drops in and shows me the number and gives me nothing. Nothing. Just vague. But maybe it was I was getting information and reading the situation and it was all coming in so quickly. Let's see. His birthday's on the 23rd. Okay. That was the 23rd. They're both 26. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I was just reading brother energy in general. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. At least it makes sense why I was seeing 23. Um, I saw something interesting yesterday in a session with Miranda, Shannon's sister-in-law, if I'm correct. I saw something that I didn't know a lot about, but it was really cool because when I did some research afterwards today, it actually really made a lot of sense. I was shown the soul star chakra, which, besides knowing the term, I didn't really know anything about. But it came in right in the beginning of the session, and without sharing her personal information, I understood that it was going to guide us through the beginning of it. And it was really cool because I saw it above her head. Um, and come to find out that it sits somewhere between, I think, 12 and 18 inches above your crown chakra. Yeah. And so in her session, I said, like this is about you expanding. Like this session, that's what you're here for, like to open up all your clairs, to really open up your path through your multidimensional self and open up your magic and your power and everything. And that's what it was saying. It's like once that gets activated, you really are able to tap into your creativity and your intuition and everything. It was cool. The way I saw it, it was like a not a cross, not a religious cross, but like a two lines like this, but they actually were kind of shaped like an elongated diamond. So there were four of those, north, south, east, and west. And then inside the body of them was light. And then in the center was a circle. And when we were in our third eye, I saw it turn so I could see it from the side, and it was a flat symbol. But then I saw all this energy pulsing through the center of it. That was really cool. I had never seen that before. So, in case anyone's curious what it looks like, that's how I saw it. I think it's your soul star chakra yesterday. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's a lot more chakras than the basic the the
Yeah.
the base that we know of.
The Earth Star chakra. I was noticing the other day, I guess the planets can be connected to the different energy points, the different chakras. And so I remember them saying that Pluto is the Earth Star chakra.
Hmm.
So I thought that was interesting because it is like, I guess, in the earth, and kind of the shadow aspect
Yeah.
could be like underneath the earth, right? Like
Pluto's the underworld. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, he has um the heck's it called? Pluto holds that staff that has the 3 points on it, right? Is that Pluto? Well, I know he's the god of the underworld, so that makes sense that he would be the Earth. Um,
Transformation, the mycelium.
yes, this is true. So you call on Pluto.
Pluto.
Well, it's your Pisces planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a pretty intense energy for Pisces.
it is.
Yeah, it forces you into acting on your highest version instead of allowing it to get muddled up and murky and confusing and
Yeah,
fit.
it can
fit.
be very dark childhood, and
Wait, Pluto Scorpio. Neptune's Pisces. I'm not. I need to go through my book again. What am I doing? Yes. Scorpio is Pluto. You're Neptune. That makes more sense because Pluto's super
I have
intense.
Pluto connected next to my moon. Actually, I mean,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, that is Neptune, the trident. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got the symbolism right. I just didn't get I got the wrong planet. But Sherry's planet is Pluto. He's a teacher. Yeah. Oh man. We've been on for an hour and a half. Does anyone else have a question or want to bring anything else up? Because I don't want to keep you guys too long. It's been amazing having you here this whole time. Would anyone like a card pull? Amber's our resident sorceress with tarot cards. Yeah, that childhood though. Yeah. I don't think anyone here had a perfect and peaceful childhood. I'd be really surprised if you're a powerful star seed who is here to make things to affect change, then you went through it. In order to help others, you went through it. Sherry said she would like a card.
All right. Sherry, let's give Sherry a card. For all the love.
So this is for Sherry, but as we all know that it's typically for a lot of people here. And then Shannon would like a group card for the weekend.
All right. For Sherry, card number 42, Fusion, Balanced Schedule, Heart Living, Tantric Union.
Those cards are so pretty. He's doing light language.
Here, I'll read what it means. Give it a little more color. Let's see. The fabric of your earth can be broken down into two major components: the solid based material of physical existence and the subtler spirit energy of the etheric. These two aspects weave together and fuse their properties forward to bring into reality all that exists. For simplicity's sake, we can refer to these two foundations as the natural plane and the spirit plane, with the beauty of the existence being that no matter where you go in our universe, spirit is always found in the physical, and the physical is always found in spirit. Through this understanding, the human can begin to incorporate these properties into action of all that they do to align with harmonic balance. Say, for example, that a certain individual has an ambition to run a marathon and is seeking to tap into discipline and willpower to accomplish this goal. One aspect of the preparation can be an earth-based planning regimen consisting of schedule, where the run, where to run, what to eat, where to sign up for the marathon, etc. But another component is combining the spirit-based frequency, where one can incorporate certain practices such as meditation to get higher insight into how to train properly or to change their body with healing frequencies while they are running. We find that when the human combines these two foundations of spirit and physical in all that they do, they find equilibrium that leads to great success in all that they do. It says that your Lyran family presents this card when your current situation is seeking a balanced fusion of spirit and physical. Go into your inner awareness and begin to assess what is needing balance at this moment in your life. This assessment can be applied to any situation, goal, relationships, or just the current moment to find what is needed for a harmonic balance in your life.
All right. Did you get all that, Sherry?
Then,
It'll be in the replay. That's what's so nice about this. It'll post a replay right after this. Before we do the card for the weekend, would you also please pull one for Heather?
sure.
Phoenix Flight, and then we'll do the collective for the weekend. And Sherry says that totally resonates, and she's single.
Let's see. We got 35, synchronicity, miracles, let loose, recognition, And then the next card is collective consciousness. Tap into the alive field. So I'll read both of them. All right. Synchronicity. Miracles, let loose, recognition. Yeah, when we're trying to control everything, we can't allow the synchronicities to come in. So
Yes, that's a good point.
gotta let go, let loose.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'll be right back.
There is something truly special that occurs when the human is aligned with their optimal vibration. Here in this state, they begin to merge with the totality of source creation, and they begin to merge with the totality of source creation, and everywhere they go attract miraculous events, moving in a series of synchronistic events all along the way. To us, the white lions, we refer to synchronicity as being one of the rhythms of all creation. It is in this state of rhythm where one no longer needs to impose their force on reality, but bend into it, lifting their individual puzzle piece into the entire mystery of creation to bring forth one collective image. Each human has been enabled into this plane with a unique frequency and blueprint that is seeking to be served through your life experience. But due to the complexity of your social arrangements and your residing on a free will planet, oftentimes these plans can take us in alternate directions. We want to guide you back towards alignment, if not already there, so you may receive the wisdom of your higher self. These soul communications are often received when one's consciousness is in a free state, beyond societal programs, past, future thinking, and can be received, for example, in meditative states, intuition, flow states, such as when running, dancing, creating art, and movements and moments of heart awareness, such as just feeling the beauty of it all. If you feel that perhaps you may be out of alignment, the easiest solution is always to begin by following your inspiration, joy, and committing for happiness to guide your way. Through the following of these cues, you can begin to navigate from a supposed obligations and discover that you have always been free, for you are seated in joy. This card communicates that you do not need to blindly follow any obligations or achieve some task in order to be happy. Now is a wonderful time to follow the compass of your soul by letting joy and inspiration carry you to your fullest life expression. You will find that by instantly following these cues, you will be naturally guided to synchronistic miracles that bring forth all that you seek into your life. Shift the narrative and free yourself from commitment. Additional meanings: miracles, let loose, freedom, career advancement, new opportunities, financial prosperity, divine encounters, recognition, support, and break free.
We give you such a task of reading so much at the end. It's cool, but sorry. Thank you.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's a lot.
Let's see. I can just go to the meaning. Let's see. So we'll do 24, the collective consciousness, tap into the alive field.
That's our weekend for the group.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll just go to the main,
the highlights.
The highlights. Let's see. This card can indicate that now is a time to pay attention to what your collective surroundings need. Perhaps it is time to listen to family members, friends, colleagues, and get a general pulse for the collective surrounding so that you can adjust your wisdom rather than fight against the current. You will find that the more you tune into your surroundings, the more you'll understand your role at the moment. This is the time to step back and become aware of the field so that you can be guided. See, observation, don't get involved, cosmic integration, expanded perspective, listening, communication, relationship healing.
All right. That was a good collective group card.
Called collective consciousness.
Collective consciousness. There we go. Can't get more accurate than that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. And again, everyone, thank you so much for being part of this. It is the energy is because of you. The reason this works is because of you. The reason we're showing up is because of you. Like Amber and I enjoy having conversations with each other, but it's different when your energy is part of this and your questions and your inspirations. So we truly need you here, want you here, and thank you for being here. And I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I just said yes. Super grateful for all of you, and you all matter, and it's means more to us than you'll ever know. So thank
Yeah,
you.
and it's very fun.
Yes.
Also, again, we won't be here next Friday because 3D Life calls, and I have too many wedding cake deliveries, so I'm responsible for having to skip a week, and I apologize. And um, everyone's saying thank you, and um, Barbara says thank you for hosting. What we appreciate you, Barbara. Thank you. Um, but again, we will be here in 2 weeks, and we really look forward to seeing you weekly. You can write down questions that come up or things you're thinking about during the week and share them here in the chat. And it looks like our friend Shannon's going to be here in 2 weeks when we come back. And Shannon and I really are good at, as we found out last week, we are good at doing shared readings, I guess. Like we both got a lot when people are asking questions. It was fun. It's nice when that happens. So thank you everyone. And tell Jay that he took too long at the gym and he missed
Yeah.
out.
I just
But what so I guess one last, even though I'm like, yeah, we're leaving, I will share one more thing. The reason this is called Enlighten Up Media is because I had this vision of uniting a bunch of people that I truly loved, enjoy, and also who made me laugh. And I reached out to make a video, and we have a ridiculous video, a few of them on here when we contact the Galactic Federation. If you want to go to our channel, you can find them. There's one that's like 10 minutes long. And that's where you see Tyel and our friend Sage and Barbara Hudak and Shannon, Shanna, sorry, Shannon, sorry, Shannon, Shauna and Rion. So that's where the term Enlightenment Media came from. And then Amber and I met in person, and Amber and Jay are already part of Team Light. And so they just scooted right into this group. And we've all made ridiculous birthday videos for each other as well. So if you want to laugh, spiritual comedy, it's all in there. Moving forward, Amber and I decided to do these lives, but we're going to bring in different people from Enlightened Media to show up. So different people from Team Light. I'll talk my friend Case Parks into coming on with us. Tyel was in the chat. He might still be here. We're gonna get Ty on. Sage is gonna join us soon, and then we'll get Shauna and Rion in here soon. So sometimes it's just gonna be us, and sometimes it's gonna be other members of this group. And then Shannon has become our other psychic pop up. That was really, we had a really good live last week with you, Shannon. So it would be wonderful that if you're a regular on here as well. So that's what you can expect in the future. And you will meet Jay, Amber's partner. And Jay is on, if you all want to learn more and get some of his Reiki and his activations, what's his name on TikTok?
That's a good question.
It's just his first and last name,
I
right?
think it's Jason Hewitt,
Okay.
H-E-I-T-T, yeah, Reiki Master, Jason
Yeah.
Hewitt. He's actually going to go live today, and I might join him on a panel for intuitive guidance. So, yeah, if you guys
On
want to check
TikTok?
that out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he does really good lives on TikTok. So, and so does Tyel. I think Tyel is going to start doing them again too. So, if you all are looking for some extremely wonderful masculine role models and leaders, Jason and Tyel are definitely places to go to get some of that good juju, that good magic and energy. So, and okay, so we're gonna let y'all go, and thank you, and we love you, and we can't wait to see you again. And thank you for being part of this magic that we have decided to create together.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. We love you.